Today we're going to be looking at YouTube Live for putting together live announcements on your campus. There's a lot of different ways to use this, but we're going to use this as the example to kind of get comfortable with using this beta version of YouTube. To get there, we're going to go to our waffle. We're going to go to YouTube. This should look fairly familiar. We're going to go to your icon. It might be your initial, it might also be a picture depending on what you put there. You're going to go to YouTube Studio Beta. Next, on the left hand side, under the word dashboard, you're going to find videos. Click on videos, you're going to see uploads and the word live. Click on live. This is your live stream. The first time you come in, you're going to get this screen right here where it says get started. To get started, we're just going to click on the words, and it's going to take us to a webcam stream info page. Now, when I go do this, we can schedule this for later. It does not mean you have to go live. We're creating links that are going to go on a playlist that you share one playlist unlisted with your staff that they can return to each day to be able to find the new videos that you're creating. I'm going to put on here live announcements test. Do unlisted, and then I'm going to turn this toggle on for schedule for later. I'm going to keep the date as it is because we're going to be playing with it today, but you could also choose the next Under more options, it's going to let you add a description. We're working in education, we have an educational account. It's going to select that for you, but you could always change it. It's going to choose your webcam. In this case, it's choosing the webcam on my laptop, which I'm not using right now, but I will to take the thumbnail, and if I was doing the live announcements, it would default to that as well. You can change these at any time by using the arrows next to them. So if you have trouble with your videos, this might be a great place to start looking at where is it picking up your audio, where is it picking up your video. The next is in advanced settings, where it says allow chat. We can toggle this on and off, and all that's going to do is allow a chat window or not to show up on the other side. I can imagine that could get very distracting over time to see a live chat while you're doing your live announcements, but that may be something that you want to consider for your campus. To go back, you're going to go through that arrow, and it's going to take you back to that area that you looked at before. From there, I'm going to scroll down and go ahead and get started on this one. It's going to create a thumbnail, and I'm going to show you how to change that in just a few. It's going to create this lovely little thumbnail right here. If I hover over it, I can retake that thumbnail or upload a custom thumbnail as well. So this would be easily your school logo or something like that could go right in here. Again, I can come into the pencil and open up all of the metadata that I used to create this in the first place. Hit save. And then I have the information that I've just created right here. I have the option for sharing, I have the option to go live, or I have the option to say that I'm done. At this point, I'm done. I'm not ready to go live. And we'll see what that looks like in just a few minutes. Hit done. Notice that it takes me to a new page. This page really doesn't do a whole lot for you. You actually want to go back to YouTube at this point. And I'm going to go back to my icon. From there, I'm going to go to YouTube Studio Beta. And the reason I'm doing this is that I want to see that video that I just created. I'm going to go to Videos and Live. Notice my screen looks a little different now. I now have that test right here. I have a link I can open up and change any of those pieces. I have a view in live control room that I can go in. This is going to be where you come back in to go live on your video, but it's going to show you all the different pieces that are associated with your video. Notice it says upcoming here. If I was to play this one, which we will in just a few minutes, it's going to show you different icons depending on whether you've seen it or if it's still scheduled. If I click on the box to the side here, I can edit that and add it to my playlist. I've already created one called Announcement Live, but to create one yourself, you would just go to New Playlist, type in the characters you're looking for here, and you're going to give it an unlisted visibility rating, okay? For me today, I actually want to go to Announcements and Save. Notice it's only visible to people who have the link. There's lots of ways to share that link. You can either email it to your staff, you can put it in a newsletter, it can be in a website, it can be in a Google Classroom, just depending on how you're communicating other things to your staff. Once they get it, they can add it as a favorite on their favorites bar, their bookmark bar, and be able to return to that each day as they come and look for live announcements. There's other editing that you can do within here as well. If you're looking at those, they're going to be there. Otherwise, I'm going to click out of that and take you back into my dashboard. From here, if I wanted to create a set of announcements that playlist would then have on it for my staff, then I'm going to come to create a video or post. When I click on that, I'm going to hit go live. This is going to look a little familiar. Again, I'm just going to choose the next date in line. That's good. I can schedule it for later. Create that thumbnail. You can go in and put the picture that you're looking for. Notice this one I did a little bit differently. I didn't turn the chat on. I didn't see what that chat would look like to the side. Again, this is what the people in your video will see. They would be able to see anything off to the side. You could choose a moderator who answered those different things like that, all within that same window. I just know that some people thought that was just a little bit distracting to have words popping up on the side while they're trying to do the announcements, but that's completely up to you how you want to do that. Again, to turn that off, you go to Edit Stream, you go to the gear, and you would turn that back off again, okay? When I save, my chat's gonna go away, and it's gonna go to full screen. All right, again, hit done. I'm gonna go back to YouTube. And I can create a couple of these. Now that you've seen that I've created this week, I can also go back into that videos. You'll see this might be a little bit easier when you're adding to the playlist to go ahead and have a full group of them that you're wanting to add to the same playlist. Click on all of them, add to your playlist, and you're ready. Now, what does this look like when I go live? So that's why I'm using this test one right here. This would be a great one to do with either a staff member that's a little bit more tech savvy, one of your administrative team on campus, something like that you can just play around with and see how all of it works when you're in it. Again, go to the view in live control room. This is going to actually let you go back to that screen that you looked at before. Again, this time though, you're going to go live. When you go live, you're obviously going to have your camera right in front of you. You can play around with it. You're going to see live up here. You're going to see how long your video is. You're going to see how many participants that you have in the video. Otherwise, you have your microphone here. You have a sharing button, and you can end your stream when you are ready. But this is a good time to kind of test around and see how, and then we can come back in and delete this one, or you can record over it, and it can be a how-to for your staff if they've forgotten. So that's kind of one of those things that you can kind of throw in there. We're gonna end. And do you want to end it? Yes. And now I have an editable video that I can go in and look at again. This time I'm going to hit done because there's not a lot of times that I'm going to come back and want to edit this type of video. And now you're going to see that there are only 3 upcoming in my live dashboard. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm going to show you what that looks like when I come back to my live video So now I have the 3 upcoming, but now I have a live replay. Notice my icon right here is going to actually view on YouTube. It's still unlisted, but I can see that it's already been streamed, okay, because I've already tested with this one. Again, to delete this one, I would just delete it like that. Understand, and delete video, okay? But as these go into live replay, then they are going to change those few pieces that you saw, okay? So one of the suggestions I would make at this point is that I would create several of these and go ahead and have my playlist put together so that I don't have to come back in and remember how to create my videos again at a later date. Having those set up in advance kind of lets you just start when you're ready to start doing these live with your staff. So the last thing we're going to talk about is sharing and getting that out to your staff, and how to share an individual video as well. So if you want to share that with parents, you could also do that. So we are going to go back to our channel this time. And off to the side, you're going to have this little area. You should see this playlist. So you should have whatever you named your playlist over to the left-hand side. When I click on that, I'm going to see my playlist. You're going to see that I deleted my video in here, so again, I can come in and remove that. But you're going to see those 3 videos that I still had on that previous list. I can click in and come into Edit. And in this Edit one, I'm going to have Share. From there, I'm going to take this link right here and share that with my staff.